Good morning and welcome to your Fast Track to 7. My name is Alex Larson. Continuing coverage for you of the Minnesota State Senator facing felony burglary charges. Yesterday, we got a look at the 911 transcript from the night Minnesota Senator Nicole Mitchell is accused of breaking into her stepmother's home. The woman was asked if she got a good look at the intruder, and she said no, but said she almost tripped over them as they were on the floor next to her bed. Police later found Mitchell dressed in all black in the basement. The woman also says she armed herself with a small steak knife, not knowing who the intruder was. You can read the full transcript on valleynewslive.com or, of course, your free VNL News app. Two people are facing charges after employees at the Grand Forks County Correctional Center found drugs inside of a card addressed to an inmate. According to court documents, Elaine Longtine sent the drugs to inmate Andrew Stenerson earlier this month. Investigators found Stenerson had similar packages delivered to other inmates. He's charged with attempted delivery in a correctional facility. A man is in custody following a SWAT situation near Thompson. Kyle Spicer was arrested for suspicion of terrorizing, among other things. The Grand Forks County Sheriff's Office responded to the home southwest of Thompson yesterday for a suicidal man armed with a gun. When deputies got there, they say Spicer fired a single shot with a high-caliber rifle. SWAT and negotiation teams were called in to help. A woman was able to get out of that home, and deputies say Spicer came out a short time later and was taken into custody. One person was arrested after a crash along South University Drive yesterday morning. 28-year-old Justin Smith is facing reckless driving and criminal vehicular injury charges after police say he hit a car and then he left. Officers were able to find him a few blocks away from the original crash site. That victim's vehicle has significant damage. Both the driver and passenger were hurt. 60-year-old Dwayne Kaysen has been arrested for driving under the influence after a crash yesterday afternoon just west of Jamestown. Highway Patrol says Kaysen was driving towards Jamestown when he lost control of the vehicle, went into a slough across open water, and came to a rest in Cattails. Kaysen has minor injuries and was being cared for at a local hospital. Authorities say his passenger was not hurt. Well, we've got some much-needed rain on our way this weekend. For the details, let's send things straight over to meteorologist Lisa Green. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Well, you saw it right there. The rain coming down at the Dakota Magic Casino, and we have more areas of rain that we're seeing and more on the way. Here's a look at what we can expect over the next 7 days. Today, tomorrow, Sunday, going to be rainy days. Maybe a break Saturday night, but beyond that, we are looking at some soggy weather, and that does continue on into next week. I can't rule out the chance for some showers, even as we start to improve things heading into next week. Here's a look at the latest. Good rainfall coming down in southeastern North Dakota now as the main band of precipitation is lifting northward. There are also some pockets of showers in the north as well. Let's zoom in on some of these spots. Into the Ransom County area, just east of Lisbon, we've got a decent rain shower happening. Also one into Sargent County, and then some embedded pockets of more moderate rainfall around Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and points west, and up toward Jamestown as well. Fargo, right on our doorstep in the FM Metro. This is lifting north, so soon you will see that there. Similar situation in Fergus Falls. We've already had a few showers in those areas, and then more over into Polk County, surrounding regions, and then north of Grand Forks, some showers that are going on, and that stretches back toward Devil's Lake. So here's a look at that sky cam again. It's looking very gray. This is a picture a lot of us will be seeing here over the next couple of days. A wet camera view and one that's obscured a bit by the moisture in the air. Temperatures are in the 50s. We're at 57 in Fargo, 55 in Grand Forks. Wind is still brisk. We have steady winds into the teens and 20s, but gusts are into the 30s in some spots. So still windy out there. Add the rain to the mix, and it's not very pleasant to be outside. Now this morning, not everybody is going to be dealing with rain as you're heading into school and heading into work, but into the afternoon hours, heading home from the bus stop is going to be a wet one for a lot of kids. So they'll want to have the rain gear with them this morning. With temperatures that don't really go anywhere today. We'll in fact maybe see our temperatures drop over the next couple of hours and then hold steady. Staying in that cool range through the weekend and even to start next week with those rain chances. We're looking at a lot of places over this extended period of time seeing more than an inch of rain, which is welcome. And then what will be welcome after that is some sunshine and some warmer temperatures, and that's coming our way heading into next week.
Hey, free car wash though.
That's a great way of looking at that, yes. And you know, a little bit of moisture for your lawn too as we're starting to green things up.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lisa. The Otter Tail County Jail is allowed to receive inmates again and resume full operations after the Minnesota Department of Corrections reinstated their Class 3 facility status. The jail was hit with a penalty last month for depriving an inmate of food and water for more than 2 days as a punishment. All inmates had to be transferred to other counties, and the jail was only allowed to house inmates for 72 hours. To get their classification back, jail staff had to undergo additional training, create a plan, and implement corrective actions to ensure something like this doesn't happen again. They are on a little bit of a probationary period right now until a full facility inspection is done in the fall. Lawmakers in Minnesota are considering a bill that would ban lead ammunition and tackle for hunting and fishing. The thought behind it is to protect people and the environment. But as Valley News Team's Courtney Lockey found out, it could have huge implications on one of the fastest growing sports in the nation.
Evan Packer is a senior at Barnesville High School. He grew up hunting like many kids in our region, but it's only his second year on the trap team.
A lot of friends just recommended me doing it, and I figured what the heck, I'll join.
Shooting sports are gaining popularity among high schoolers nationwide, despite conflicting attitudes toward guns. Minnesota is the largest state for the sport. Barnesville has 37 kids.
Just the people, it's fun. It's really easy to do. I mean, all you have to do is be able to shoot a gun and say the word pull.
It's safe, too.
Rotate, please.
Minnesota has had millions of shots fired in high school trap without a single injury.
This is one of the few sports I find unique because we have girls, boys, male, female, all working together side by side, and they're all equally good.
The team goes through roughly 10 cases of shells a weekend. In a year, they'll spend about $13,000. A lead ammo ban would force them to turn to alternatives and dig deeper into their wallets.
I'm afraid it might end trap shooting for the high school because whether you use steel, copper, or bismuth shot, it is really expensive. And now a box of shells, $10, $11, $12. Well, with more than double.
There's going to be a lot of schools and a lot of kids that will not be able to afford this sport.
State leaders say exposure to lead ammo poses serious health risks to those involved. They say the ban would also mitigate impacts of lead pollution on Minnesotans, the environment, and wildlife.
We really don't feel that this is something that pertains to what our sport is in our controlled environments without animals. And we truly hope that people understand that this would hurt our society because kids would not learn about this great sport that they can do for life.
The team adds they don't have ranges on water, and the lead gets mined and reused every few years.
Why take that away from us?
In Barnesville, Courtney Lockey, Valley News Live.
The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has also proposed a rule to phase out lead by September 2026. Officials argue the industry will adjust and alternatives will get cheaper. Dozens of people spoke at the City of Fargo's open house and public input opportunity last night to talk about proposed updates to the city's laws on noise control and amplified sound. City leaders say the feedback will be incorporated into potential ordinance revisions. Street performers and loud vehicles were the center of discussion, and for many, the issues come down to enforcement.
I viewed it might be a shortage of police officers on the ground. And I would hope that through this next budget cycle, there's a number of spots that can be added to support that.
I can hear mopeds or whatever those things are, those loud two-wheel things that at 1 o'clock in the morning come racing down 10th. And you know they're coming from South Fargo all the way to North Fargo. And I feel like if there was a policeman on one end of it and on the other end of it, they'd be able to tag it and let me get a good night's sleep.
We would like to get a good night's sleep.
The findings will now be brought to the City Commission. Concordia College has put together a special slate of programming to recognize the murder of Matthew Shepard. Shepard was a student at the University of Wyoming back in 1998 when he was brutally murdered. He was also gay, and it's believed his sexuality was a major contributing factor in that crime. 25 years later, the arts program at Concordia have teamed up to bring 4 days of events to remember Shepard's life. Concordia's choir director, who put the plans in motion, talked about what it's like to engage students on this topic.
None of our students were alive when this happened. And so it's been an honor, really, to introduce Matthew's story, and examine all of the positives that have come out of this very tragic event.
The weekend includes multiple performances of the play The Laramie Project, as well as an outdoor art installation called Sanctified by Concordia student Hannah Sleeth. It's going to be a busy off-season for the Concordia Athletics Department. The university announcing a new project underway that will replace the turf and track at Jake Christensen Stadium. Yesterday, heavy equipment was on the field to tear up and remove the old turf field. The track is already mostly gone, awaiting its replacement. The $2.8 million project is being done alongside the Fargo-Moorhead Convention and Visitors Bureau, as well as Oak Grove High School. That new track is going to become the new home site for Grover Track and Field events. Churches United in Moorhead held their first ever open house event yesterday. They did tours at their Micah's Mission Shelter and Community Center, Dorothy Day Food Pantry, and Bright Sky Apartments.
And so the people who live at Bright Sky are the folks in our community who have the longest standing barriers to housing stability. And so we're proud to be providing that permanent housing to people who haven't had a place to call home.
Churches United also announcing construction on Silver Linings Apartments, an independent living facility designed for people age 55 and older who are coming out of homelessness. That's set to be complete next year. And we're proud to announce our next V&L Cares campaign. This time we're teaming up with the Great Plains Food Bank. Hunger impacts 1 in 5 people across North Dakota and Clay County, including 1 in 3 children. You can donate to that cause now by scanning the QR code up on your screen or head on over to valleynewslive.com and click on the V&L Cares button found on the homepage to make a difference. Well, the Today Show and CBS Mornings are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. More live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up right now on the Fargo CW. If you're heading out the door, though, my name's Alex Larson. Take care.